Hey guys, Dr. Christy Ennis. Today we are going to go over exercises for 4 muscles that are very often forgotten in our workout programs, but are very important in stabilizing the shoulder, the scapula, that's a big word, just shoulder blade, that's all that means, and actually helping that shoulder blade move as well. So the very first muscle is called your lower trapezius. Now the trapezius is big workhorse, but it's got an upper, a middle, and a lower part. The upper part, almost everybody has just fine. They kind of do this like naturally during the day, so we don't really need to work on that part. The lower part helps to pull that shoulder blade down. It does help to move it this way a little bit as well, but not nearly as much as its job is bringing it down. So the easiest way I have found to activate this one without using those big giant muscles up there, I call them your football muscles, because football players have really good ones. You're going to go on your stomach. You can always do this on the bed if you need to. I'm going to turn my palms down. If that's uncomfortable, you can even just start with those hands kind of facing this away, that way. But you're going to bring that head down. You're going to squeeze into those shoulder blades a little as you lift that chest up. And then I'm going to turn my palms up and really think about bringing my arms down towards my feet. You're going to pause there and then go back down. So lift, turn, squeeze. So this really gets it. You'll feel it kind of down lower towards the shoulder blade. Maybe I should just say scapula. Okay. So again, lift, turn that palm. Think about squeezing those shoulders down and back, right? Bring those arms down towards your feet. So that I find is the easiest way to do it without activating here. The other one that tends to work really well is if you go on your side. Studies have shown that this muscle, this upper trap muscle, turns off or doesn't work as hard in this position. So I'm going to grab my very pretty pink weight, and we're going to go, that arm is going to go perpendicular to the ground and supporting your head in your model pose. You're going to bring that arm up towards your head. And you stop if it feels uncomfortable, right? And back down. The key thing here is that you don't want to let that arm drop down to the ground, okay? And of course, you're thinking about trying to squeeze that shoulder blade down and back a little bit. So goal for these would be 10 repetitions every other day. And that is only one set because these muscles tend to be a little bit weaker. Like I said, we don't work them very much, right? And so we don't want to overstrain or over-tire them. So the next muscle is called your Serratus Anterior. Sounds kind of sexy, doesn't it? That kind of in through here, almost like in the ribs, you can see those. But that helps to bring that scapula kind of around. So it brings it around. Kind of protracting is the technical term. And then also bringing that shoulder blade kind of up. So this is a tough one sometimes for people to get. So an easy way to start, lost my legs. You're going to go onto the ground, kneeling as long as it feels comfortable. You can always use a mat here. Hand's going to go right on the wall. I'm going to start kind of upright a little bit. I'm going to push into that wall and think about bringing my shoulder backwards as I push back. And you can kind of see in through here that shoulder blade's now, right, coming forwards. So it's almost like you're rounding, like a yoga move would be with that cat position. But this is a great way to just start to get some activation because this one tends to be, like I said, tough to do. Now, follow up to that one, we got 2 more of these muscle exercises, but what's called a push-up plus. So you can do your push-up anywhere on the wall. If that's too easy, you go down a little bit lower, eventually onto the ground. But you're going to do, like I said, a little push-up here. Now, as I come back out, this is the key thing. You're going to think about rounding those shoulders forward, right? So push up. As I come all the way back out, round around, round around, round and around we go. Where we stop, no one knows. Good. Okay. Last one does involve a band, and you can have this tied around something sturdy. Please, not something not sturdy. You can even go a little bit lower so that you can get a little bit more of that upward rotation. I don't have anything sturdy lower, so we're going to do it right at this height. But you're going to grab that band in your hand. I usually put one foot forward to give a little stability there. But you're going to start, you can start with that bent elbow. I'm going to come through, and again, this is the important part. I'm going to take that shoulder and that shoulder blade with that arm now straight and kind of reach around and up. Bring that elbow back. So the exercise really starts right here. Whew, and I can absolutely feel that one. I tend to feel this one the most. So this one is good once you've been able to get that muscle, those muscles activated. All right, and lastly, we have two muscles that do what we call external or outside rotation of the shoulder. The first one, your Teres Minor, look at all these big words we're using today, rotates the shoulder, but it does it best if that arm is abducted. So that means out to the side a little bit, right? Abduct, like abduction, take away. And so one of the easiest ways to do this one, I find, again, if you have a lovely comfy chair like I do, you're going to use that. You could always rest your arm on the desk. Again, having this band tied next to something sturdy. I'm going to let my arm actually just rest right on my arm of my chair. And then you're going to do that rotation motion, right? So that backwards motion, always squeezing into those shoulder blades, and then add that little pull back. And sometimes this one is hard to do because it's uncomfortable to get your arm in this position. So, wonderful segue for the last exercise for your infraspinatus. Another rotator cuff muscle that rotates that arm out. But this one does better in neutral. We're going to get right back down onto the ground, grabbing my fabulous pink weight again. You are going to take a towel or a pretty pillowcase or something that you have that you can be soft and squeeze underneath the arm. You're going to bring that truly right underneath the arm and squeeze down into that so we take out that big shoulder muscle, the deltoid muscles out. Weight in the hand, keep the wrist neutral, keep that squeeze into that towel, and then you're going to lift just that forearm. Don't roll back, just right here, again in your model pose, right? And this obviously will also hit the Teres Minor too, just not as much as the other one. So it's okay to just start with this one if you need to. So there you have it. Remember, one set of 10 exercises. If you'd like this information today, please like, subscribe, and give me any comments you got down at the bottom. Thanks, guys.